Assalamu alaikum. Take a moment and look around you. The sky above you, the air you breathe, the rhythm of day and night, the rain that falls from the clouds. Have you ever wondered why the Qur'an repeatedly draws our attention to these things? If the purpose of the Qur'an is to guide humanity, why does it so often speak about the heavens, the earth, the stars, the mountains, the oceans, and even the creation of human beings? The answer begins with understanding how the Qur'an invites people to believe. It does not simply say believe. It asks people to observe, to reflect, to think. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Indeed, in the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the alternation of the night and the day, are signs for people of understanding." Quran 3090. Notice the phrase, people of understanding. The Quran is speaking to those who are willing to think deeply about what they see. Every single day, we witness events that seem ordinary because they happen so often. The sun rises, the seasons change, rain falls, seeds become trees. A tiny child grows into an adult. We become so familiar with these blessings that we rarely stop to ask why they exist or how they continue with such remarkable order. The Quran reminds us that these are not meaningless events. They are ayat, signs that point beyond themselves, not signs that remove the need for learning or investigation, but signs that encourage both knowledge and humility. Throughout history, people have explored the natural world through observation and study. They have discovered patterns, laws, and remarkable complexity in creation. For a Muslim, discovering how something works does not remove Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the picture. Instead, it increases appreciation for the wisdom with which He created the universe. The Quran is not trying to replace scientific inquiry. It encourages us to reflect on creation while remembering the Creator. That is why it repeatedly asks us to look, to think, and to consider what these signs truly mean. Every discovery can become another reason to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is why the Quran repeatedly calls our attention to what is within ourselves and what is around us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "We will show them our signs in the horizons and within themselves until it becomes clear to them that it is the truth." Quran 41:53. Think about those two dimensions. The horizons include the vast universe, the stars, the galaxies, the oceans, the mountains, and the endless complexity of the world we live in. Within themselves includes the human being, the mind that can think, the heart that can feel, the body that functions through countless processes that most of us never notice. The more a person reflects on creation, the more profound the question becomes. Can such order exist without wisdom behind it? The Quran does not force an answer, it invites reflection. That is an important distinction. Sometimes people ask, does the Quran contain scientific facts? A balanced answer is that the Quran is primarily a book of guidance, not a textbook of physics, biology, or astronomy. Its purpose is to guide humanity to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, live with justice and mercy, and prepare for the hereafter. However, the Quran repeatedly encourages human beings to observe the natural world, to think carefully, and to recognize that creation is not pointless. That is why many Muslims throughout history became scholars of astronomy, medicine, mathematics, and other sciences. For them, studying creation was a way of appreciating the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you watch rain revive dry land, when you see the precision of the night sky, or when you reflect on the complexity of your own body, these experiences can become acts of remembrance. The Quran transforms ordinary observation into spiritual reflection. A sunset becomes more than colors in the sky. Rain becomes more than weather. The human body becomes more than biology. Everything becomes a reminder that creation has meaning. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, He has not created this in vain. Quran 3:191. Perhaps that is the real message behind the many signs mentioned in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us how to see, not merely with our eyes, but with hearts that reflect, minds that seek understanding, and souls that recognize gratitude. So the next time you look at the stars, feel the rain, or witness the beauty of a new morning, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what is this sign inviting me to remember? Because sometimes the greatest evidence is not hidden in distant mysteries. It is the world we experience every single day, pointing us back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open our eyes to His signs, increase us in beneficial knowledge, and guide us to the truth. Ameen.